If you're over 60 and you've ever felt like your legs are just not what they used to be, heavier in the morning, slower, a little shaky when you get out of bed, or maybe even stiff, sore, or just plain unreliable, I want you to stop what you're doing and stay with me for the next few minutes, because I'm going to tell you something that could change the way you move, feel, and live every single day. No, I'm not going to push some expensive supplement or ask you to buy overpriced health gadgets. I'm not here to talk about drugs either. What I am going to tell you is this: there's one simple food that you can eat before 8 a.m. that can help you stop, even reverse, the muscle aging process in your legs. Yes, you heard me right. This food is familiar. You probably have it in your kitchen right now, but chances are you're not eating it. Or if you are, you might not be eating it in the right way or at the right time for it to do what your body truly needs it to do. And the truth is, this food has the power to help you feel strong again, balanced, steady on your feet. It's been studied, backed by science, and it's helped countless seniors take back their independence. So if you're tired of feeling like your legs are giving up on you, or you're worried about losing mobility, falling, or having to rely on someone else just to get out of a chair, then I want you to stay with me to the end of this video. Because I'll not only tell you what to eat, I'll give you 5 easy, delicious morning meals that can help rebuild your strength, improve balance, and even stop painful nighttime leg cramps. Let's get into it. Part 1. The real danger lurking in your morning. Now, here's something you probably weren't told, and I say this with complete honesty. Your legs are silently losing muscle. Every morning you skip breakfast or eat the wrong thing. It's not your fault. Most people don't even realize this is happening. They chalk it up to just getting older. And by the time they notice something is off, it's already become a daily struggle. After 60, our bodies naturally lose muscle faster, especially in the legs. It's called sarcopenia, and it's something I've seen affect millions of older adults. It's not painful. It doesn't come with a fever or swelling. That's what makes it so dangerous. It's subtle, quiet, relentless. It sneaks up on you. One morning you feel fine. The next, your legs feel like they've got weights attached to them. You might notice you're not stepping as quickly. You rely on your arms to stand up. Or maybe you feel a little off balance when you're walking to the kitchen. It's not all in your head. It's your muscles saying, "Hey, I'm breaking down faster than I'm being fed." Does that sound familiar? Because I hear it all the time. Let me tell you why that's happening. When you sleep, your body goes hours without food. That's perfectly normal. Sleep is your natural fasting period. But if you don't eat something nutritious in the morning, your body starts breaking down muscle for energy. And the muscles that go first? Your legs, because they're the biggest muscle group in your body and they need the most fuel to function properly. So when you skip breakfast or just have coffee and toast, your body says, well, I need energy from somewhere. And it starts drawing from your muscle reserves, especially your legs. It's like trying to keep your house warm in winter by burning your furniture. It'll give you short-term heat, but it's a long-term disaster. This is why your morning routine is so important, not just for energy, but to literally protect your legs from aging. It's the first opportunity you get every single day to say to your body, no, we're not breaking down today, we're building. And that choice, made consistently, can make the difference between needing a walker at 70 or hiking with your grandkids at 75. It's that powerful. Part 2, a true story, meet David. Let me tell you about someone who reminds me of many of my patients. His name is David. David is 69 years old, retired from construction. This was a man who used to climb scaffolds, hike, walk miles on job sites. Strong, capable, sharp. But over time, David noticed something was changing. His legs felt stiff in the mornings. Walking to get the paper felt like a chore. He even stumbled down a step one morning. Nothing serious, thank goodness, but enough to shake his confidence. He came to me and said, "Doc, I don't know what's happening. I haven't changed much, but I feel like I've lost my legs." And I knew exactly what was going on. Sarcopenia. Silent leg muscle loss. He wasn't in pain. He wasn't ill. But his legs were weakening fast. What made the difference for David wasn't a gym or a pill. It was a simple change to his breakfast. He stopped skipping meals. He cut out black coffee on an empty stomach. and instead he started eating real food full of the nutrients his legs were craving. After just 3 weeks, he said, "Doctor, I feel like I've got my legs back." And now he's walking 2 kilometers every morning, without a cane, without fear, just strength. Part 3, what your legs need first thing in the morning. Let's talk about what's actually happening when you wake up. Most people roll out of bed, stretch a little, maybe glance at their phone, but they have no idea what's really going on inside their body at that exact moment. And let me tell you, a lot is happening. Your body is dehydrated, low on electrolytes, and in a catabolic state, which means it's ready to break down muscle to use for energy. That's the last thing you want if you're trying to stay strong and mobile after 60. Especially if you're not feeding it right away, your body looks for an energy source, and unfortunately, it often turns to your muscle tissue first. And which muscles go first? The legs. Always the legs. They're large, they burn a lot of fuel, and they're the first to be sacrificed when your body thinks you're running on empty. That's why some mornings, your steps feel heavy. Your balance is off. You feel slow, unsteady. It's not just aging, it's undernourishment. So the first thing I always recommend, a glass of warm water with a pinch of natural mineral salt, Celtic or Himalayan. Just 1/5 of a teaspoon is all it takes. This isn't just hydration, it's about restoring electrolyte balance, jump-starting circulation to your legs, and calming your nervous system so your muscles and joints wake up gently, not in survival mode. A lot of seniors wake up and immediately feel stiff or even a little dizzy. They think it's just poor sleep, but more often than not, it's dehydration and mineral loss from the night before. Celtic salt is different from the white table salt most people know. It's unrefined, and it contains over 80 trace minerals, the stuff your body quietly depends on to function properly. Magnesium, potassium, calcium, zinc, they're all there. And they're all crucial for maintaining strong, healthy muscle contractions, especially in your legs. I've seen patients go from groaning as they stand up to moving fluidly just by starting their morning this way for a couple of weeks. It's the most underrated leg strengthening habit I know. And once you've hydrated and balanced your minerals, there's something else your body needs right away: fuel. Then, within 30 to 60 minutes of waking, you need to feed your body with the right kind of breakfast. And no, toast, cereal, or just coffee isn't going to cut it. Toast is mostly refined carbs that spike your blood sugar and crash it again before 10 a.m. Cereal is often loaded with sugar, even the so-called healthy ones. And coffee, especially black coffee on an empty stomach, stresses your adrenal system, increases acidity, and does nothing to support your muscle tissue. So when I hear someone say, "But I'm just not hungry in the morning," I gently remind them that breakfast isn't about hunger, it's about protection. It's your chance to shield your body from going into muscle breakdown mode for the rest of the day. Think of it like this: your muscles, especially your legs, are like employees waiting at the job site. If you don't give them tools and fuel first thing in the morning, how can they possibly do the job you're asking of them all day long? This is why I place such importance on a smart, intentional breakfast, because without it, your body isn't just underperforming, it's actually deteriorating, one morning at a time. So what should you eat? Well, that's what I'm going to tell you next. Stay with me. This next part could make a real difference in how your legs feel tomorrow morning and every morning after that. The 5 morning foods that change everything. Let me walk you through 5 breakfast foods I tell all my senior patients to consider, each one based on real science and each one designed to feed your muscles, restore balance, and protect your legs. First, whole eggs. Eggs are my #1 recommendation. They're affordable, quick, and loaded with all 9 essential amino acids your body needs to rebuild muscle. The secret's in the yolk. Vitamin D, B12, choline, leucine, all of these are crucial for maintaining muscle, especially in your legs. And I've seen firsthand what a difference it makes when my patients add eggs back into their breakfast routine. They come back and say, "Doctor, I don't feel as tired walking up the stairs," or "I can stand longer without feeling shaky." And it's not a coincidence, it's chemistry. It's nutrition doing what it's meant to do. See, leucine, the amino acid in egg yolk actually signals your body to start the process of building muscle. Without it, your body just coasts. It maintains, but it doesn't rebuild. That's why skipping the yolk or or avoiding eggs altogether can be such a missed opportunity, especially after 60. A study out of the University of Illinois found that seniors who ate just 2 eggs a day for 8 weeks saw real increases in leg strength. We're not talking about Olympic training here, just the simple act of nourishing your body properly. Now, personally, I recommend 1 to 2 boiled eggs in the morning. You don't need to fry them. You don't need to get fancy. Just boil them, peel them, enjoy them warm, and if you want to add even more power, toss in a few slices of tomato or some sautéed spinach on the side. These additions are loaded with antioxidants and magnesium, both of which support healthy muscle contraction and recovery. You know what I tell my patients? Eggs are like nature's protein capsule. They come pre-packed with exactly what your body needs. No mixing, no measuring, no prescription needed. I had a patient once who said, "I thought eggs were bad for my cholesterol." Here's what I told him: the cholesterol myth is outdated. For most people, eggs don't raise harmful cholesterol levels, and the benefits far outweigh the myths. Now, of course, if you have a specific condition, talk to your doctor, but for the vast majority of older adults, eggs are a safe, healthy powerhouse. They're also one of the easiest ways to fuel your legs before the day starts draining your energy. Think about it. Your legs are about to carry you through the entire day. Every step, every stair, every moment of standing, they're working. So doesn't it make sense to give them something to work with? Skipping breakfast or having just coffee and toast is like asking your car to run without gas. Sure, it might go for a bit, but eventually it's going to stall. Eggs are your fuel. They're the foundation of a strong, stable morning. And this isn't just a meal, it's your first line of defense against muscle loss. Your legs deserve that, you deserve that. Second, oatmeal with chia seeds. If eggs are your fuel, oatmeal is your engine. It gives your muscles sustained energy without spiking your blood sugar. That's important, especially for those of us in our 60s and beyond, because unstable blood sugar doesn't just make you tired, it also interferes with how your body absorbs nutrients, especially the ones your muscles are begging for. I've seen this time and again. Patients tell me, "Doctor, I eat well, but I still feel weak." And the issue? They're not absorbing what they're eating because their blood sugar levels are all over the place by mid-morning. Oatmeal fixes that. It's a slow-digesting, complex carbohydrate that keeps your energy level steady. Not high, not low, just smooth. And that steadiness gives your muscles the breathing room they need to recover, not just survive. Now add a spoonful of chia seeds, and now you've got magnesium, potassium, calcium, omega-3s, all essential for muscle contraction, circulation, and preventing nighttime cramps. I've had patients who used to wake up with painful spasms in their calves. They thought it was dehydration. They thought it was just age. But in reality, their bodies were screaming for electrolytes and muscle-supporting fats. Chia seeds deliver both. They're small, yes, but they're mighty. They hold 10 times their weight in water, which keeps your muscles hydrated longer. They also contain omega-3s, which help calm inflammation in aging muscles and joints, something many of us overlook. Now, I'm not saying you need to reinvent your breakfast. Keep it simple. Warm oatmeal sprinkled with chia and maybe a few banana slices. It's not fancy, but it's powerful. I like to prepare mine with unsweetened nut milk or just plain water. You don't need sugar. You don't need syrup. Let the fruit do the work. A few blueberries, a sprinkle of cinnamon. That's all it takes to turn it into something your legs will thank you for. And here's what's really beautiful about this meal. It sticks with you. You won't feel the need to snack an hour later. You won't crash before lunch. Instead, your legs will stay energized, your mind will stay clear, and your balance, well, that might surprise you. I had one woman tell me, "Doctor, I used to get dizzy bending down to tie my shoes. After switching to chia oatmeal in the mornings, it's gone." That's not coincidence. That's circulation. That's stability. That's smart eating. Most importantly, this kind of breakfast trains your body to stop breaking down muscle for energy. It sends the signal, we're fed, we're safe, let's rebuild. And that message, especially in your 60s and 70s, makes all the difference between aging with strength or struggling with each step. So yes, it might look simple, it might even feel too easy, but I promise you, when you sit down with that warm bowl in the morning, you're doing something extraordinary for your legs, your energy, and your future. Third, bananas. Bananas are nature's electrolyte medicine. That's honestly how I see them. Simple, soft, and easy to digest, but packed with one of the most critical minerals your muscles need, potassium. And not just any potassium, the kind your body can absorb quickly, right when you need it most. They're high in potassium, which your leg muscles need to avoid spasms and cramping, especially those nighttime cramps that wake you up from a deep sleep, or that annoying tightness you feel when you stretch first thing in the morning. If you've ever jolted awake with your calf twisted like a knot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's not just bad luck, it's a lack of proper muscle support. Bananas fill that gap, and the timing matters too. One small banana after breakfast, not on an empty stomach, helps keep your nervous system firing smoothly, improving balance and coordination. Why after breakfast? Because when you eat fruit alone, first thing, especially if you're sensitive to sugar or managing insulin levels, you risk a quick spike. That's why I always tell my patients to pair it with something. Oatmeal, yogurt, eggs. Give your body some protein or fat first, then bring in the fruit. That simple change can make a big difference in how your body processes the nutrients. Potassium, you see, isn't just about avoiding cramps. It's what helps your muscles and your nerves talk to each other. Without it, that connection gets fuzzy. That's when you get the stumbles, the trembling, the missed steps. But when potassium is present and in balance, your legs feel stronger, smoother, and you're not second-guessing every step. Now, just be mindful. If you're managing blood sugar or kidney issues, talk to your doctor. You don't want to overdo it with potassium, especially if your kidneys aren't processing minerals the way they used to. In that case, a smaller banana, or one that's slightly underripe, might be better. Underripe bananas have more resistant starch, which digests slower and keeps blood sugar more stable. It's a little firmer, maybe a touch less sweet, but still just as beneficial. I had a gentleman in his 70s who used to rely on a walking stick. He started incorporating one banana with his oatmeal each morning, and by his second month, he told me, "Doc, my legs don't feel like rubber anymore." That's the power of supporting your muscles with the right nutrients. Don't underestimate the small stuff. Bananas aren't some trendy health food. They've been around forever, and for good reason. They work. And for older adults who are waking up dehydrated, low on minerals, and asking their legs to do all the heavy lifting, bananas can be a quiet hero. Simple, affordable, portable, but powerful. When used the right way, at the right time. So next time you reach for your breakfast, ask yourself, have I fed my muscles what they need? Because that small act can be the difference between walking steady and struggling. Fourth, Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a game changer, and I don't say that lightly. It's one of the rare foods that checks every box when it comes to supporting aging muscles, especially in your legs. It's thick, high in protein, and easy to digest, and it's not just any protein. Greek yogurt delivers leucine, casein, calcium, and vitamin D, everything your legs need to stop breaking down and start building back up. Let's break that down a little. Leucine, as I've said before, is the switch that tells your body, hey, it's time to build muscle. Without it, that signal stays off. Casein is a slow-digesting protein, which means it keeps feeding your muscles for hours after you eat, gently and consistently. And then there's calcium and vitamin D, a powerful duo that doesn't just strengthen bones, but actually helps improve balance, nerve signaling, and coordination. So when my patients ask me, what's something easy I can eat that's good for my legs? This is almost always my answer. And the best part, you don't have to eat a giant bowl. Just a 170-gram serving, about the size of a teacup, weighing it, is enough. Add a sprinkle of berries for antioxidants or a little cinnamon to reduce inflammation, and suddenly you've turned a simple cup into a muscle repair toolkit. Now, here's what a lot of people don't realize. As we age, our ability to synthesize protein drops. Even if we eat it, we don't always absorb it as efficiently. Greek yogurt helps bridge that gap. Its protein is not only dense, it's also bioavailable, which means your body recognizes it and uses it faster. And it's not just about muscles. Greek yogurt also contains probiotics, which improve gut health, and that in turn improves nutrient absorption across the board. A healthier gut means more of the vitamins and minerals you eat actually reach your cells, your muscles, your legs. I had a patient mid-60s who switched from sugary cereal to plain Greek yogurt with a few raspberries each morning. 6 weeks later, she told me she felt stronger getting up from chairs. Her knees didn't wobble as much. She even started walking short distances without stopping to rest. That's not magic. That's real nutritional change. Of course, not everyone tolerates dairy, and that's okay. If you have digestive issues, you can try lactose-free versions, or even look into sheep's milk or goat's milk yogurts. They're often easier on the stomach. But I will say, always skip the sugary versions. Those fruit at the bottom or artificially flavored yogurts. They're doing more harm than good. Sugar causes inflammation. Inflammation wears down your joints and muscles. And that's exactly what we're trying to avoid. Go plain. Add your own fruit. Or a sprinkle of flaxseed if you like. Keep it simple. Keep it real. You're not eating for taste alone. You're eating for function, for stability, for independence. And trust me, when you nourish your body with something as foundational as Greek yogurt in the morning, you feel it. Not just in your energy, but in the way you move, the way you rise, the way you walk through your day. Fifth, pan-seared salmon. Yes, for breakfast. Now I know what you're thinking. Salmon in the morning? Yes, I get that reaction all the time. It's not what most people picture when they think breakfast, but hear me out. This is one of the most powerful things you can put on your plate, especially as you get older. Fatty fish like salmon are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, high-quality protein, and vitamin D, all of which work together to do three things: fight inflammation, improve blood flow, and stop muscle wasting. Let me explain why that matters. Inflammation is like rust on a machine. Over time, it stiffens the joints, weakens the tissues, and slows recovery. And unfortunately, it tends to build up with age, especially when we're not moving as much. Omega-3s help scrub that rust away. They reduce chronic inflammation in the legs, making movement feel smoother, less painful, and more controlled. Now, pair that with lean protein, and you've got the raw material your body needs to rebuild muscle fibers, the very ones that keep you standing strong. Vitamin D, on the other hand, is the bridge between your muscles and your brain. It helps your body coordinate movement, improves balance, and actually reduces your risk of falls. And salmon is one of the best natural sources of it. Here's the good news. You don't need it daily. Just once or twice a week, a small piece of pan-seared salmon can make a huge difference in your muscle preservation. You don't need a gourmet recipe. All it takes is a small fillet cooked with a little olive oil in the pan, 3 to 4 minutes per side, and you've got yourself a powerful breakfast or mid-morning meal. One of my patients, a retired teacher, started doing this just twice a week. She'd pair her salmon with some steamed spinach and a slice of sweet potato. 3 months later, she told me her legs felt less tight, and she wasn't as afraid of stepping down her porch stairs anymore. That's not magic. That's nutrition doing exactly what it's supposed to. Now, I understand mornings can be rushed, and salmon might feel like a stretch, so if you're tight on time, you can try unsweetened smoked salmon, or even a high-quality fish oil supplement. But remember, whole foods always work better than capsules. That's because your body recognizes food. It absorbs nutrients more effectively when they come from real, unprocessed sources. One important thing I want to mention: avoid fried fish. Frying not only destroys delicate omega-3s, but it also adds inflammation through processed oils. Instead, go with baked, steamed, or lightly pan-seared preparations. And if you're someone who has trouble digesting fatty foods, eat salmon earlier in the morning when your stomach is mostly empty. Start with a small portion. Let your body adjust. What matters most is consistency. You're not eating salmon for taste alone. You're eating it to protect your independence. Your legs are the foundation of your mobility. And salmon? It acts like a natural oil for those joints and muscle tissues, keeping everything smooth, fluid, and responsive. I can't tell you how many times I've heard someone say, "Doctor, I never thought I'd be eating salmon for breakfast, but now I swear by it." And every time I smile, because it means they're taking charge of their health one small choice at a time. The hidden superfood you're ignoring. Before I wrap this up, I want to tell you about one last thing. This is something I personally recommend to my older patients, and most are surprised when I say it. Boiled sweet potatoes with a pinch of natural mineral salt. That's it. No supplements, no pills, just a warm, tender piece of sweet potato, eaten 10 minutes before your regular breakfast, with a tiny sprinkle of Celtic sea salt. Why does this work? Sweet potatoes are complex carbs. They replenish muscle glycogen stores without spiking your blood sugar. The potassium, magnesium, and vitamin C in sweet potatoes, combined with the trace minerals in the salt, create a perfect environment for your legs to relax, restore, and rebuild. Now, I know it might not sound like much, but I've seen people go from wobbly mornings to walking with steady confidence in just a few weeks. You see, your legs need a calm, stable energy source when you first wake up, not a sugar rush or caffeine jolt. Sweet potatoes provide that balance. And the salt, that's not just seasoning. Celtic sea salt contains over 80 trace minerals, things your muscles crave, especially after a long night. It helps your cells absorb water, manage nerve signals, and fire those muscle contractions properly. If you've ever felt that weird tingling or cramping in your calves during the night, it could be your body crying out for these missing minerals. I tell my patients this all the time. It's not about eating more, it's about eating smart. This isn't fancy, it's not trendy, but it works. Try it tomorrow. Half a sweet potato, warm, tender, a pinch of mineral salt, maybe even a little olive oil if you like. Give it 10 minutes, then eat your normal breakfast. The change won't be dramatic overnight, but over time, your body will feel it. Your steps might feel lighter. You may find you're not gripping the handrail so tightly. Your legs may stop cramping when you stretch. It's that little feeling, the one where you realize, hey, I don't feel like I'm fighting my body anymore. One patient told me, "Doc, I thought it was just aging. I thought I had to accept the weakness, but I was just underfueling my legs." You'd be amazed how often that's the case. Muscles can only stay strong if we feed them right. And in the morning, especially after 60, your legs are starving. They're desperate for real fuel, not toast, not juice, not just coffee. Something rich, something grounding, something full of life. That's what this little piece of sweet potato becomes, your body's morning anchor. So I'll say it again, this is more than food. It's prevention, it's power, it's peace of mind. I've seen patients regain their balance, reduce cramping, and even eliminate leg numbness by adding this one step to their mornings. And here's the truth I need you to hear. You don't have to accept weakening legs as just part of aging. You have more control than you think. Every morning, you're given a small but powerful window. What you put on your plate, or don't, shapes how you move, how you feel, and whether you walk with confidence or caution. I want you to choose strength. I want you to choose balance. I want you to wake up, sip that glass of warm water with salt, and eat the foods that fight for your legs, not against them. You've heard David's story. You've seen what's possible. Now the only question is, will you start tomorrow morning? Start small. A boiled egg, a few spoonfuls of oatmeal, a banana. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. If you found this helpful, please don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. Because in our next episode, I'll be sharing 3 common breakfast foods that most seniors eat thinking they're healthy, but they actually weaken your muscles, increase leg cramps, and delay your healing. Let's stay strong, let's stay steady, and let's walk through life on our terms. I'll see you in the next video.